I'm gonna show you how easy it is to flare copper tubing. I had one of these flaring kits once before, about 7 years ago, but I misplaced it. But go to your local hardware store and get you some copper tubing. And you can buy this tubing in a roll like this. This is a 10 feet. I done already used 6 feet of it because I had to do some repairs. But I'm gonna show you how easy it is to flare this. But here's a kit, and you can pick these up, like I said, at your local hardware store, or maybe you can order online. I'll put a link in the description. But this kit comes with a holder, it comes with a cutting tool, it comes with a bender, it comes with everything you need to get the job done. So it gives you some instructions, but they're kind of hard to understand, but just throw those instructions away and make sure you buy you some flare fittings right here. I'm using 3/8 flare fittings. And you can go to your local hardware store, they'll help you and make sure you get the right one. This right here was the holder. That's your cutter. That's your flare right there. So that's what you use to flare your copper tubing. And these things right here, they said slide it over the copper to help bend it. But I don't know how helpful that is. I'm gonna slide one over it and just show you what they're talking about. It says slide it over and then just bend it. But you can buy this little bending tool right here. I got here on the side in this black and yellow box, and I think it was maybe about $14. But this is what you want right here. So I'll put in the description or in the drop down if you want to purchase online off Amazon. But you just bend this over and you slide your tubing in, and it got different sizes. Like I said, I'm using 3/8, so I'm gonna slide it in that 3/8 slot. And you just slide it, and it's rounded. So when you got it, make sure you got it in that groove. Once you get it in the groove, you can just start bending it. So you may want a 30 degree, a 90 degree, a 27 degree, whatever you want. You bend it to whatever you want. So I'm just bending that just to show you how it works. And some people are old school. They just bend it with their hand. But you got to be careful when you're doing that, because you could crimp it really bad and restrict your flow. So this right here is your cutting tool right here. It's got that blade in there, it's hardened, and copper is really soft. So what you want to do is line it up, make sure it fits in that little bevel right there. I'm gonna slide, you see that bevel, and you just press it on there softly. You don't want to screw that thing in fast. So you start going clockwise, and while you're going, you slowly turning this handle clockwise. Don't put too much force on it. It'll cut easily. If you put too much force on it, it'll start bending and you'll have all that flare in the inside. So slowly turn it clockwise while you're turning the knob, and it'll fall right off. So I'll say about 10 turns and you're done, maybe less than that. And you can change those blades out also if they start getting dull. But what you want to do is get you a file or a screwdriver or a knife, whatever you have handy, and just get those little stuff out in the middle. Just clean it out pretty good. You don't have to spend too much time on it. Once you clean it out, your next thing what you want to do is put your fitting on. Make sure you put this on, because once you get the flare on, it's not going to go on. So put your fitting on first, and then you want to take your gripping hold. I call it a holder. It just holds everything in place. It got ridges on the inside. You see the different sizes: 1/2 inch, 3/4, 3/8. Mine is 3/8. So what you want to do is open this thing up. You don't have to take it all the way off. You just got to open it up enough so that your tubing could go inside, as you can see right there. And the flare got to be on the side that you're gonna put the tool on. And you want to stick it out about 1/8 of an inch or 3/16. I'm gonna zoom in and show you. See, I'm tightening down on this to get the grip. So I made sure I'm tightening that down all the way on both ends, and it's gonna grip that in place. You're not gonna damage anything. Just make sure you tighten it up all the way. And let's zoom into this so you can see the distance I got sticking out. You see right there, it's about 1/8 of an inch. But you can look at it because you want it, when you put the flare in, you want it to come right to the edge. So you want it to stick out maybe 1/8 to 3/16. Then you take your flaring machine or a flaring tool. You put it on like that, you see. Show you on the other side also, and you just make sure you line it right up in the center. And if you're not strong enough, you could put this in a vise, and I'm not using a vise because I don't have one around the house. So if you got a vise, put it in a vise. If not, just do what I'm doing. And copper, it's not too hard, it's soft. So you see I'm putting some pressure on it. Like I said, if you got a vise, use a vise. And that's it right there. So then you loosen it up counterclockwise. I'm going to take this out and show you what it looks like. You got to take this completely loose right here because of the flare, it won't go through. See right there, and look at this flare. I did a couple of fittings. I had to put on some gas hose, propane, and it worked great. I checked for leaks, didn't have any leaks. Look at that flare. It's that simple. So that's how you put a flare on copper tubing. It fits perfect. No leaks, none at all. All right, have a great day.